welcome back to another video on my channel, Healing with Kiara. So today I'm going to do a pick a card reading, as you can see from the thumbnail. So there's 3 piles, so you can pick which pile you resonate with most. And then I'm just going to kind of do just like a free reading, just free flow into the month of July. Just to be like just overall energy coming to you in July. So pile 1, we're starting with the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. And so in July, something that's happening, I believe it's like the 20th or the 22nd, somewhere in there, I'll have to double check. There is going to be a Venus retrograde. So Venus, it's obviously like, you know, influencing our relationships, but it's also can relate to like money, kind of just like how we expand and how we expand our energy and you know, exchange equal give and take with others and stuff. And so it can affect, you know, the career, finances, relationships, all different relationships. So right now we're in the middle of something called the pre-shadow. So it's like the phase before the retrograde. So I'm going to have a really cool video after this one explaining what the pre-shadow is and how it can be affecting us right now. So definitely the first half of July we're going to be in that pre-shadow period, and then later next month when we get closer towards the Venus retrograde, I'm going to do a reading on that and just talk about the retrograde a little more. Yeah. This reading is just going to be about the general energies coming into your life in July. But yeah, keep in mind all that stuff is coming up. So if you feel it, that's why. But yeah, keep that in mind that can always affect even this reading here. So at the bottom of the deck we have the 7 of Cups, and in this deck they're like swimming through the water. So I'm seeing there's like a lot going on around you, a lot surrounding you, and you're just kind of like navigating through all of your different options. So there might be a lot of stuff coming up for you. Okay, so right away, so we have the Lovers card, and this is in the reverse. Judgment, which came out upright, and this here in the reverse, so the 10 of Torches. So the 10 of Wands in this deck represents like having a lot of tasks and having to kind of figure out how to juggle the different tasks, but being able to handle it well and being able to handle it gracefully. But you can see it's like they divided their responsibilities and they figured out how to handle it, even though it's overwhelming, and they can kind of like, continue forward. So the Lovers card is all about like choices, making choices like in our relationships. And so what I'm seeing here, right away what I saw was someone who kind of thought they had it all figured out and they could handle, so I even said like having a lot of different options here. And then right underneath that is like the Nine of Swords. Just like it reminds me of like the Death card or the Ten of Swords, like endings card in the traditional tarot. So I'm seeing that there's someone here that thought they could juggle multiple things and just kind of be like, okay, yeah, this is a lot, but I can handle both. And so they felt like, I don't need to make that choice. Like, I don't need to pick a team. So this could be about like relationships, like someone maybe thought they didn't need to fully commit one way or the other. Like they could just kind of keep themselves overextended in a lot of different directions, and keep themselves really strung out. But there's a judgment here. There's a judgment coming. So this energy is kind of being brought to a halt. It's being brought to an end. This is no longer working out. This is falling apart. It's obvious that it's no longer working out. So I'm not sure if this person is you or this is like someone in your life. Take it however it resonates. But it's no longer working to, juggle so many responsibilities and be so overwhelmed. And yeah, you're going to have to like pick and choose here. And know what's really important to you and do the things, make the steps, make the changes necessary. Because so with the judgment, it's like that final judgment coming in. It's like the wake-up call, that a change needs to be made here. There's definitely, you just can't be so overworked and overwhelmed and try and have so much at once and just trying to have it all and just like balance it all is really not working out anymore. So we're just gonna get like clarifying cards. Okay, so we have a false ending. That's the first thing I see here. And then, so that's what, like, there was an inability to make a choice, so something fell apart. But it was a false ending here. So now there's a communication coming in, and we also have the home card, so it could be relating to like family, like a family situation. It's like finally, so we have mental clarity. So before they were really like there's a sabotage energy here, and now it's like finding that mental clarity. And we also have false friends. here. So it's like realizing that all of these options, now you're realizing, you know what I'm saying? Because now you have judgment, so now you have that mental clarity, as this card says. So it's like now that you have clarity, you know that you didn't really, all of these options were not the greatest, and you kind of regret trying to juggle that. But we also have faith in me, finding a way. So yeah, what I'm seeing is like now that these realizations have happened and there's this clarity, now you're gonna find a way to fix it and like find a way out and find a way to turn everything around. We have energy vampire in the reverse on the bottom of the deck, so it's like cutting out those false friends, those fake friends, those people with disingenuous intentions, that it's like seems like, you know, many options, but some people are just not worth it. They're just not genuine, they're not in it for the right reasons. And yeah, sometimes get a little confused, we lose our way, we don't always make the best choices, but judgment. Okay, so okay, so we have water on the bottom of the deck. Oh, and we have death. So just like I said, like something is just falling apart, it's not working anymore, that, you know, it's just really coming to an end. And with the death card, it's all about like transforming into something else, something new, you know, rebirthing into a new energy. So it's just like a change, it's a shift, you know, because things have been brought to light. The judgment and the death make a lot of sense together as well. Kind of very similar. So I'm going to read the actual death card here. The noticeable end of a cycle or situation, grieving or mourning a loss in order to heal. It is time to watch the old way leave itself in the past. Allow feelings of grief or sadness to move through you with ease. Meditate on this when you want to honor an ending, a loss, or let go in your life with grace. Without death, there is no life, and vice versa. So yeah, that's all I have for pile 1. If that didn't resonate, you can always pick another pile. And pile 2, we have the Divine Tarot. Okay, I guess I feel like getting 4. All the other piles, well, the first one got 3. We have the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and it's very innocent, childlike, very playful energy. That's the first thing I notice here. It reminds me of Mary Had a Little Lamb that like followed her everywhere. I know those are not lambs, but that's not. This deck actually is based off of like fairy tales and stuff, but I don't. This isn't the one. Sorry. I do have a dog, sorry. Anyways, so what I'm getting here in this pile is like despite, so we have the 5 of Cups here. So it's like despite these feelings of a lot of like regret and sadness. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is how there's like someone trying to hold her down and literally pull her back. And with this card, the very first thing I saw was like this person is in the Chariot, persevering forward regardless of how turbulent these waters are. Like they are just braving through and persevering, and they're leaving behind something here. Like there's this tower palace here, and they're just like, okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and head forward regardless. And then we have Temperance as well here. So what I'm seeing, the first thing I notice is the inner peace. It's how this person is like finding an inner resolve regardless of all of this chaos and all of this stuff happening all around it. Is really finding this like inner peace and tranquility. And we also have the 7 of Wands. In this deck, he's like pushing all of these things down into these really, really hard like rocks, you know, and so that takes an immense amount of like strength and perseverance to just like hammer that in. So really what I'm getting is this like regardless of these feelings and regardless of whatever, so what I'm seeing here is this is like these emotions. There's these very overwhelming emotions of the nostalgia of the past relationships, past environments, like whatever home would have been, just a huge nostalgia for what happened in the past. You know, could be the most recent past, but a lot of things really fell apart here. And so despite this, and despite not really being able to see what is still good here, and what's still there, it's like finding this inner peace and this inner strength to continue forward and to move forward and to leave, you know, whatever situation, regardless what it looks like. It might look really, really good on the outside, and you might feel really guilty and have a lot like trying to bring you back into that. But I'm really seeing there's like this inner dominance where it's like I am going to journey forward and continue forward. Okay, so I'm going to get some clarifying cards here. Yeah, you could have just went through like a really crazy like just like a really chaotic unrest type of situation where you feel like you really need to remove yourself and move forward, and there's just like it's really hard because you think about that like nostalgia of when you were young, when you were a kid, like that there's something here about like when you're a kid you don't really know, and you just kind of think that you're capable of anything and you can overcome anything and do anything, and you can, but sometimes that takes like being really brave and persevering forward and stepping outside of your comfort zone, and like leaving behind what you know what I mean? And so yeah, that takes a lot of hard work. It's like very repetitive, in order to really overcome those feelings of nostalgia that hold you back. It takes an incredible amount of inner peace. And what's interesting is like this card is showing a lot of strength, but this card is also showing a lot of strength. Like finding that inner tranquility here like this person has is also an act of strength. So you got this. Too many. So we have moving quickly here. So I see that it's like regardless of the conditions ahead, like we gon'. So yeah, we have decisions made, taking off blinders. So yeah, maybe in the past, you didn't see things the same way that you do now. But it's like now something has happened really suddenly and chaotically, and it's like you see it for what it is, and you've made your choice. So we have fear, that's what I saw here, and then it is finished. So this is my 10 of Swords upright card. So what I'm getting from this is clarifying the 5 of Cups. So what I'm getting here is there is this fear, right? There are these like lingering emotions that create this fear regarding the future. But whatever has happened here is like a final, that is the final betrayal. That is like, whatever you've seen here is really pushing you forward. With the taking off blinders is clarifying the Chariot card, and then the Temperance is being clarified by decision made. So as soon as you saw that, then the decision was very clear and you have a peace about your decision. You're taking off, you're no longer in denial and you're moving forward. But there is this, there are these like deep looming feelings where it is really struggle because it is, or you do really struggle because it is such a permanent thing. Situations like this are just really, really unfortunate, whatever is going through, whatever you're specifically going through, because this is just a general reading. So we have blocking, help, codependent, lack here. so I'm getting with the blocking help. So the Seven of Wands is typically about like standing your ground or like standing up against, you know, like pushing back against like the crowd. And in this card, he's like really having to like hammer in and work really, really hard. So what I'm getting here is there's a lot of people maybe against you being able to free yourself and move forward, and people that are trying to block you and just like make it more difficult for you. And so you really have to like persevere. That's where these like rocks and this cement, it's like this is not an easy situation because there are so many factors that are, you know, like just making it harder for you essentially, where you just really have to like, you know, just like dial in and stay very committed to yourself and really put in that work to gain the resources that you need for yourself, so you don't have to be codependent on whatever this situation you're leaving here. It's like you can, you know, find the strength to like rise above that lack, the feeling like you need others or like you have to, you know, compromise. So we have Earth at the bottom of the deck here. And then we have Soulmate as well. So that is really positive. It's like what I'm getting here is despite these feelings or nostalgia, or maybe it's actual physical people blocking your blocking you from moving forward, if you can really find that strength to overcome and move forward, now that you have that clarity in, you know, whatever situation that occurred, if you can really stick to your decision, then we have the Soulmate card here. So I'm going to read that for you. A significant partnership, soul connection, and the meaning of kindred spirits. Drawing this card means you have met a soulmate connected relationship. While this can indicate a romantic connection, it can also signify any relationship meant to work together on a soul level. This partnership is special. Learn from each other, be good to each other, and be in gratitude for the connection. Even our perceived adversaries are profound soulmates and connections. You can always draw another card for clarity around the purpose of your connection. Meditate on this symbol when you want to connect on a deeper soul level with friends, family. This is the symbol it's talking about. So, yeah, let's get another one. Jealousy. So, yep, totally. People are blocking you. I just like knew this card was going to come out earlier. People are blocking you and trying to hold you back, keep you stuck in the past, be like, well, don't you remember how much like fun we used to have together when we were kids, and like you love me so much, and like, you know, the things that we did together, like whatever's going on, that's just what comes to mind. But yes, there are some haters around you and you see it. And so, yeah, stick to your guts. There is definitely, with this betrayal card, it's like this has been happening, but now that you've seen it and you have the clarity, like this is it, this is the end. So you have the strength to overcome whatever situation you're going through right now. Thank you. That's all I have for pile 2. If this resonated with you and you would like a personal reading, you can click the link in my description. Thank you. Okay, so pile 3. Too many. So we have the 4 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this can represent like boredom, kind of having it all but not being very content with it. Maybe not what you thought it was. We also have the Devil underneath that. So what I'm getting is like you have like some of those more toxic mindsets or traits or thoughts, desires are starting to like creep in, despite like things being really beautiful around you. So we have the Empress, 8 of Wands, and the Emperor. So that's kind of awesome. So it's like laid out like the Empress, 8 of Wands, Emperor. And she's looking towards him and he's looking towards her. So they're both noticing each other. They're both very aware of each other. And then this is going in his direction. So I'm getting that like the Empress is sending a lot of energy towards the Emperor. There's like a lot of feelings and desires and emotions coming from the Empress. Let's get some clarifier cards here. Okay, so this is a very peculiar pile. I almost want to get one of these cards first before I really get into it, because it's like, I don't just want to like with grounded, the bottom of the deck. Knowledge. Okay, that didn't give me very much. Karmic path. Okay. Oof. So, and then we have new moon. And veiled underneath that. So, I'll get to that in a second. So, clarifying the Empress, we have the Mother Earth card, money bag, independent, queen. Makes perfect sense, right? She's our Empress. Clarifying the Eight of Wands, we have the energy vampire with like moving into calmer waters and moving towards your destiny. So, and then clarifying the Emperor, we have holding back, clinging, won't let go. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have meeting to talk and partnership. So, what I'm getting from this is it's the Emperor. It's the masculine energy here that is having that Four of Cups energy. So, yeah, this Four of Cups, Devil, of just kind of like getting bored and, you know, despite everything going well and being fine, it's just like, you know, but we have karmic path here, and so that can kind of represent like this is just a part of your life cycle, your life journey, your life experiences, like lessons that you're both meant to go through. So what I'm getting from this is, and then also with the knowledge here, is this is a lesson for the divine feminine, the Empress, and a lesson for the divine masculine. It's just coming in two different ways. So for the feminine, like you're learning that you can be independent and boss up and move forward and move into a better direction for yourself regardless of this weird energy. And so this is a lesson for you in just like that you can take care of yourself. Like you are that divine feminine. You got it. Like you're fine. But this is also a lesson for the divine masculine. Like this is just going to be a long-term lesson for him because he just kind of, what it looks like he, whether it's a relationship or a situation or just whatever, someone here just like literally just started taking the situation for granted and just playing games and like taking the Empress's love for granted and just being like, oh, I can hold so much power over her, you know? And that's where like the Devil, it's like they saw all of like the love and all of like just the beauty and everything that was like radiating out of you, and for whatever reason, because they're in this like narcissistic mindset right now, they chose to just like take advantage of that and like hold power over you instead of be in their divine masculine Emperor energy. Like they're in this weird energy, and so the Empress, the connecting energy here, is like swiftness. And so what I'm getting is like someone's going to make a change with the swiftness. Like they're going to realize like this person is siphoning my energy away from me, like they're not giving back, like they're holding back, like they're not letting me go, but they're not fully showing up for me, and they're like just wanting to hold power over me, you know. And so with the swiftness, one party here is really going to go on a harmonious journey to get themselves into calmer waters. Because right now you're on your karmic path, like learning, right? Really figuring it out. And it's some hard lessons, you know, life. And that's the thing, is like when you're in a relationship with someone and they just totally switch up on you, or they don't follow through, or like their energy isn't reciprocating, like it's so painful and it's so hurtful, and it feels like we're being like punished. But really, you know, all these things are happening for a divine reason, and other people are also going through their own karma. And so sometimes if that person can't meet us where they are, it's not to say like they don't deserve you or whatever, but sometimes they don't, you know. So everybody is on like their unique path, and the divine really is trying to get all of us in, you know, the best position for us. So even with this card, the way that she's like airbender, kind of like pushing the energy, I'm seeing like the Empress is just going to like, you know, finally just push and just be like, okay, I'm getting out of here. So for the karmic path, we have karmic lesson, learning experience, hard work, perseverance, and structure. A new valuable lesson is available to you at this time. This moment requires your due diligence. Pay attention to what is being presented to you. Have you been down this road before? Our souls come to this earth school to learn valuable lessons as beings and for the planet. What are you being taught right now? This moment may require hard work, but it will have many long-lasting rewards. You are not being punished, but you are gaining tools and experience for living that will be with you for the rest of your life. Drawing this card also tells you that the foundation of what you are building is strong and is part of your legacy. So yeah, that's funny. That's what I said before, is like, you know, sometimes when we're getting kind of screwed over, it feels like we're being punished, but this is really, it's a lesson, and it's going to help boost you and just build. Knowledge is power, man, and it really helps you to grow. And you're an independent queen, so whether you're a guy or a girl, independent queen. So with knowledge, we have remain teachable. There is new wisdom available to you at this time. This card can signify getting more information before proceeding. It can also signify the presence of an important teacher, or perhaps you are the teacher, and it is time to share your knowledge and gifts with the world around you. Drawing this card can also indicate a message from your Ashik records. Seek out more information about the records, or even perhaps how to access your own records for more clarity regarding your query. Okay, so yeah, I really feel like I kind of said everything, so that's all for that pile. If that resonated with you, you can click the link in the description box to book a personal reading with me. And I hope you have a great day.